I did a video a while ago that I got a lot of shit for, where I'm basically saying, for the most part, that I cannot be friends with women who are male-centered. All they think about is relationships, marriage, finding a man, dating a man, deciphering what his texts and voice tones mean, venting about men. It's exhausting. And I've had a few people be like, what's so wrong with a woman depending on her friends to come to vent about the shit she's going through with men? Now, first of all, I need y'all to be fucking for real. A lot of y'all will reach and dislocate your shoulder to make a non-existent point. I'm not talking about you're in a relationship and y'all have broken up and you need someone to help you through that, or you're going through a divorce and you need support through that, right? I'm talking about every single fucking day of the year you are calling or texting me repeatedly only to talk about, can you believe what he said? Can you believe what he did? And I have exhausted myself giving you advice, and I have drained my energy being a listening ear. You have nothing else going on except for who you are dating, how they feel, what they want, or how you're going to get your next man. You are never there for me when I am going through a hard time. And anytime I try to depend on you or talk about anything going on in my life, you somehow flip it to turn it back to talking about you and the shit you got going on with some man. I'm talking about anytime we hang out and have girls' time, that quickly turns into guys' time because you're looking around to see who is single, who looks cute. Do I think they look cute? Do I think you should walk up to them? Do I think that you look cute so that they can walk over to you? Are you approachable? Now, I'm afraid that you're going to leave me alone, and I'm concerned about you because you're going to go off with some random guy that you just met, and now I'm worried that you're going to end up on the news because you done disappeared somewhere because he's done something to you. Now, when we go out, you're sitting here laughing at their jokes because they're making fun of me because I'm not giving them the time of day. And now I got to ditch you and not talk to you no more because I don't deal with that shit. I got to deal with you making yourself look like an idiot whenever we go out in public because you act like your brain has slipped through your butthole as a fart and you don't know how to act because you're trying to win the attention of whatever dude is in our presence. I gotta worry about your kids because you keep letting these losers move in with you because you don't want to be by your damn self. I gotta be concerned with some guy done beat your ass because you took him back after you asked me for advice about what you should do about him every single day. And I keep saying, well, you know what? Make a plan so you can get out safely. And you say, sure, yeah, and then you go back because you're not fully healed and you don't want to be alone. I got to figure out how to cheer your ass up because you didn't get a date this week, or the guy you met 5 minutes ago didn't text you back. So now your life is in disarray because you have no identity outside of what you feel men can do for you or say to you or the attention they give you. The only thing you talk about is how to get a man, how to keep a man. Guess what my man said this week? Guess what he did this week? Can you believe this? What do you think this text means? That gets fucking exhausting after a while. I am not a bad friend for setting a boundary and saying, hey, I don't want to talk about this shit all the fucking time. I talk about men and toxic relationships for a living. In my real life, outside of the videos that I make, me and my friends don't talk about this shit, okay? Because we got stuff going on. After a certain age, you know what? When you're younger, and there's some young women now that aren't doing this shit, but after a certain age, we should not be having discussions about men. You should not be giving these idiots, these losers, the time of day. You should know better. We should not be going around in circles and every week, what should I do? What do you think I should say? What do you think I should do? I don't know. The same thing I told you to do the last 25,000 times that you asked me. The same shit. Yes, your friends should be there for you and support you. However, your friends are also not your therapists. Your friends have their own lives and stuff going on. They have their own issues they're dealing with. It's okay to say, I don't have the mental and emotional room. I feel like we keep revisiting the same topic and you're not quite grasping it, and I am exhausting myself. So I just feel it's best that, for now, however you want to word it, that we just not talk about this, because I just can't deal. And if your friend is in an abusive situation, I understand it takes the average woman 7 times to leave. It's okay to set a boundary and say, you know what, you're my friend and I love you, and it hurts me to keep seeing you be hurt, and there's nothing that I can do about it. So for my emotional well-being, I would rather we just not talk about this, okay? I know you're having a hard time. We have talked about this extensively. When you're ready to leave, let me know, because I got your back. But I can't keep going in circles. When I was in an abusive situation and I was treating everybody like they were my personal therapist, it wasn't the women who enabled that caused me to finally wake up and see what was going on. It was the women who set boundaries with me. And then I started to notice, hey, they don't call me no more. They don't ever want to hang out with me anymore. And some of them would just flat out tell me. And I had to take a long, hard look at myself to see how my actions were affecting the people around me, and it caused me to start opening my eyes to what was going on. A true friend will not enable your bullshit. I'm sorry. A true friend is going to set boundaries with you, and they're not doing it because they're mean. They're doing it because, one, you have to put your own mental and emotional well-being first and foremost, because if you don't, nobody else will. That's your own priority. And second of all, to hold you accountable, because they love you and they want what's best for you. Anybody that's enabling and just putting up with your bullshit, they don't love you. They don't love you. And their life is probably just as messy, and they're just happy that somebody else is in the same boat as they are. And there's nothing wrong with venting, but what I found with venting is that a lot of times we vent in order to get that temporary moment of relief, and we still don't do anything to change the situation. You'll still stay at that job that you hate, that's stressing you out. You'll still go around that toxic family member. We don't do nothing to change anything. So venting is good, but after a while, I'm going to be like, okay, sis, what's the solution now? What's the plan? How do we fix it? Because I love you and I want to see you win. And I have had friends in the past go as far as to just stop talking to me because they knew I had that boundary and they wanted to keep on doing what they were doing. And you know what? That's totally fine. And what unfortunately happens in those situations is they will crash and burn, and they will crash and burn repeatedly until they learn their lesson. And then once they get out of that, they look up and nobody is around. Nobody has their back. I am your friend. I am not your therapist that you can just take advantage of my support and my listening ear anytime you want to and then ditch me as soon as you get the attention of a man. We're not going to do that. And if that makes me a bad friend because I don't want to talk about men 24/7 and what they're doing and what they're not doing and how you can get one and how you can keep one and what does this text mean? I can't talk. And what did he mean when he say this? And what do you think he said? I'm not doing that. And if that makes me a bad friend, oh well, I'm a bad friend. I'll accept that.